Joseph St. John here from 40 Plus and Fit. And an interesting thing has happened since the last time we did a video. I've had open heart surgery. Not something most people would have expected, including me. So there you go, something very interesting. There would be an easy way of kind of framing this in a negative, but I don't, because everything kind of does happen for a reason, and I know that sounds trite, but it's true. And I feel comfortable that all of this is going to turn into something positive. And I'm writing a series of articles. The first one is right down below in the description. I say hit that link and read about it. And we're going to talk about it, and there'll be several videos made. First off, I have to be honest with you. I feel great. Had a wonderful, wonderful medical team at Norfolk Centera Health Hospital. And just a wonderful, wonderful group of people. As a matter of fact, on the day that I make this, I have been only 4 weeks and 1 day since my surgery. And I couldn't have expected better. I never thought I'd feel this good. I never thought that I would be this healthy afterwards. I just had no idea that I was feeling as bad as I was feeling before the surgery. And then you have the surgery, and it's a little bit of a wake-up call. There's going to be a lot written about it from me. At first, I found it to be a very private moment. And it was probably a month, more than a month really, before I told anybody what was going on. It was 2 days before the surgery, and I let everybody know what was happening. But up until then, I found myself to be private, maybe even overly private. And I'm a pretty public person and have been my whole life. But something like this hits you hard. One of the things I really want to focus on is the fitness aspect of it. And the interesting thing about fitness is that sometimes we take it for granted. I'm even talking about myself, talking about people who work out all the time. You go to the gym, you do it, you work out, you're trying to look buff, whatever you're trying to do. And you talk about the fitness and you talk about the health. And sometimes I wonder if we're not a little cavalier about it. But then all of a sudden, boom, you have this situation and you're really facing a health crisis. And you're really facing something bad. And in my case, having open heart surgery was pretty, when you hear that, that hits you. And one of the interesting things was the finding out that I had a genetic problem with my aortic valve. And it had been there forever. Your heart and your body just compensates for it. We're a beautiful creature. But over all the years, and I'm not 19, other things happen. And one of them is that this valve just basically stops working. Well, the harder it struggles and the more that it goes on, the root of your aorta begins to stretch out because it's having to work out. And it's having to work harder. Make a long story short, I had an aneurysm in my aortic root, so that had to be replaced also. We'll get more into all the details, the gory details of the surgery later. But what was interesting was to hear medical professionals, not guys at the gym, which I'm not insulting, but medical professionals. Not guys at the gym, not girls at the gym, not other meatheads like me, but actually hear people who are medical professionals saying I was young, which that made me feel good. And talk about the fact that I was in good health. And that being in good health made all the difference in the world. That being in good health was going to have a lot to do with my recovery. It's going to have a lot to do with the surgeries. It was going to have a lot to do with the entire process. Now, here's what's scary. This happens November 3rd. Early December, late November, I'm given a date for surgery, which was the 18th of January of this year. You can't get sick like I was sick, and that's the only way I can put it. And then go, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go work out so I'm ready. No, it was done. The cardiac event, as they like to call it, hit me. I was put out of work. I taught virtually at the high school. Couldn't go to the gym, stopped having to train. there's no do-over. You get sick and you're shut down, which is what I should have been. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm glad I worked out. I'm glad I'm in good shape. Because there's not a do-over. I can't go back and get that fixed. So time comes from the surgery. Everything happens. I'm released in 4 days, which I'm happy about. They check it. Everything's good. It is, like I said, today is December 16th. I've been released to drive. I'll start training my client again Monday. And I will be in the school at the high school teaching the hybrid program on Tuesday the 19th. I give three things. I got to say three things. I give it all the credit. Number one is I thank God for just his guiding hand and taking care of me. That's number one. I think without God, this is not happening. Number two, an incredible medical staff, both at Riverside and at Centera Health Hospital. Everybody was so professional. Everybody knew I had a bad problem. Everybody put their entire effort into helping me, and I always felt that way. Going into the operating room and being greeted by this very happy attendant, probably way more important than that name, and she goes, good to see you, good morning. We're gonna make you better. I don't even know how important that was for me. I can't understate that. We'll go more into surgery later because I don't want this video to go on forever. And just the care I received afterwards was just unbelievable. Read the article. I do mention it. I'll go more into it, but because it's kind of personal. You know, I actually felt loved and cared for. And that's very important on the road to recovery. And when I'm released from the hospital, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. You know you had surgery. I'm going to leave it at that. You know, you don't come home and everything's okay. And even now, there's things I'm having to do to just, you know, get over it. But I would have never thought 4 weeks later I'd be doing what I'm doing and it would have gone as well as it went. So take some time. 2021, even though it started off crazy for me, is going to be a great year. Look down in the description. Check out the article. Also check the rest of the site for 40 plus and fit. Also, I got a little link there for my art site, Southern Gothic Creations. I think that, how can I put this? You have surgery and it's heart surgery. You reevaluate your life. How's that for being blunt? You totally reevaluate your life. And one of the things is I'm going to put a lot more commitment into my projects, both 40 plus and fit. Work harder at my teaching at Pocosin High School. Throw myself more into working at my One Life Fitness training job. We try to get more clients, do that. And work on my entrepreneurship, you know. Stand by with that. There's going to be a lot going on. I want to end this video with this. When you have an event like that, you pause. You pause. And you really think about the things that are important and the things that you want to do. And you realize life is not going on forever. There, I said it. It's even hard to say for me. Okay? And it really makes you rethink. So 2021 is going to be big. Take some time. Check out the links. And stand by for some big stuff. I think you're going to find this is going to be interesting. So I thank everybody. Hope to talk to everybody soon. There'll be more videos, more articles, more chaos. See you soon. And y'all guys have a great, great day.